Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome in here to the Morning App. I'm Joshua Cornmeyer along with Howie C. Dovey Doss is our special guest today, and Kristen Copelandberg. And guys, I'm feeling a lot better today because I got, I think, 7 hours of sleep instead of the usual 6 or 5.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Honestly, the hour of sleep makes such a difference for your day.
Or even 5 minutes.
Even 5 minutes.
I mean, I still want to go home and take a nap, and I still might. Like, every single morning I get up, and the only thing that I'm pretty sure gets me out of bed is I think throughout my whole entire day, I'm like, okay, I know I have a ton of stuff to do, but where can I fit in a nap? Yeah. And it never happens, because once I get to that time slot where I said I'm going to take a nap, I'm like, okay, I really shouldn't. But the only thing that gets me out of bed is I may get an hour nap later.
That's a big step up going, yeah, I feel like I just need to take a nap rather than I just need to die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I just need to. But you know what else gets me out of bed every morning? Is knowing what national day it is.
Yes.
Thank you for being a little bit more pumped. First off, yesterday though, I was looking at what national day it was today, and I came across what yesterday was, and how in the world did this day even make it? Yesterday was National Report Medicare Fraud Day. Right? So, okay, step up. Who's reporting Medicare fraud? Come on. Who's going to do it?
That's not me. I think Kristen got it.
That's such a specific
Right?
day.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, how in the world, like, out of all things, that got a day?
We still don't have a national Netflix day, but we have that?
Do we not?
No, I don't think so.
Is there not? Did we already look that up?
Well, I mean, I'm just going day by
Google
day.
it right now.
Wow.
But, yeah.
So National Fraud
Medicare
Medicare Day. What?
Yeah.
That's like a sentence.
Now, I know. The other one, and I guess how do you observe it? Well, you find someone who's reporting Medicare fraud, and then you turn them in. I guess. I mean,
Do you get a reward for it? Is it like Crime Stoppers?
no, it's just like a vigilante type situation.
I would totally do it if I had got a reward out of it. Maybe like $1,000 for reporting Medicare fraud.
You can get a cake maybe to celebrate the day.
I'll take food.
I couldn't find a national Netflix day. There's only Netflix and chill day. It's like you can't just find just straight up Netflix.
Yeah, because you can't do one or the other, you know.
You
Yeah,
have
but
to do them both.
it's January 2nd for anybody that's curious.
Ooh, I hope it lands on a Monday,
it's
Wednesday,
'cause-
Friday.
It's because everyone's tired of partying from January 1st.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's why it's the second.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, just watch Friends and like,
Ooh.
you know, you're all like, okay, hungover. Let's take it easy this week.
From New Year's Eve or New Year's party or whatever. Yeah, but I thought that was weird. It was also National Video Game Day yesterday for
Yeah.
Howie. I know he's a big
Oh.
video game guy.
Yes, sir.
But now today is, first off, the first two. You got National Peanut Day. Sorry, Howie, I know you're allergic to peanuts. You're not celebrating that today.
On nuts.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate you. And it's also National Uncle Sam Day, which is, that American.
Why wouldn't that be? Isn't that July 4th? What's going on?
July 4th is National
that be-
Freedom Day, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that day is specifically about freedom.
Well, why is
And, like,
today
Eagles.
specifically? That's weird.
I'm
Okay.
just letting you know. We observe the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
But I think the best part about today is it's National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. And that is basically me every single time I step into a kitchen. Now I can cook, but when I go home, I think my favorite thing to do is I'll be like, Mom, I'm hungry. She'll be like, okay, go make something. I'm like, I don't know if I can. She'll be like, I think you can. And I make the biggest ruckus. I'm like, okay. Like I start them off like a little kid. I go to the kitchen purposely knowing she's in the other room, and I start yelling, Mom, I don't know what to do. and I'll throw a big tantrum like, I spilled. She'll be like, clean it up. And I just go on. And then I have my brother run in. He's like, Mom, the kitchen's on fire. Like the entire setup. And I know
madness.
Exactly. It would have been easier had she just gone in there and helped me cook something. But instead, I just make a giant mess. And that's how I spend my days at home.
Oh, wait, that wasn't a flashback? You're talking at your age now.
I'm talking at my
that's
age
a
now.
problem.
You painted that story like you were.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was 12.
Still do that now, just
you
to
are,
mess
how
with
old
her.
are you, 20?
Yes.
Can you at least make a sandwich?
Oh yeah. No, I
Okay,
can. No, I can
okay,
cook fine.
okay.
I'm actually excellent cook. Thank
Okay.
you for asking.
Yeah.
But and I know what I'm doing all half the time. I just like to try and
Get her help.
Yeah, and also I'm just bored in the kitchen, so I have to come up with something, and I just start yelling and screaming, and yeah.
I'm the same way in the kitchen, but talking from Josh, madness in the kitchen, madness in the technology world.
No, for real
For
though.
real.
Honestly.
Yes,
Can we
yesterday,
talk about this?
Apple announced actually 3 new iPhones: the iPhone 8, the 8 Plus, and the brand new iPhone 10. It's not even the X; it's the iPhone 10.
Yeah, people get that wrong.
Yeah. So when I was reading it yesterday, I was, it's the iPhone X. No, it's the 10.
What,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they have brand
letter.
new phones coming out. The 10 doesn't come out till November. They're letting people pre-order it in October, but it has facial recognition. It has an improved all-screen panel, so there's no buttons on it on the front. It's just on the side for the volume and power button. So basically, it's an all-glass phone all the way through too.
So basically, Apple decided to do what Android's been doing for 5 years and play it off with some hipster music and some cool
Yeah.
photography. And now they're selling it for $1,000.
Yeah.
This is stupid. It's just the stupidest thing out there.
I will say I've had this discussion like maybe a year ago, and I'm so over
Apple.
just iPhone specifically. I can
Yeah.
see the use of like a MacBook
Mac,
Pro has.
yeah.
This is good. You're doing fine. But like it's the iPhone. I also don't like how Apple's still like we are revolutionary in technology. The guy's like always in the video. Who's the guy in all the
John Ivey.
He's like,
yeah.
when we designed this product,
Yes.
we
That's
wanted to
literally him.
create something that not only acts as a device, but a family member that you would hold in your hand. And it's like, shut up. What are you talking about? Just make a phone and just
At a reasonable
admit,
price.
just admit that you're not at the top of the world anymore as far as technology goes.
Yeah.
You can still make good products. It's just don't make it $1,000.
I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
They're not at the top of the game anymore. And you know what's crazy though is it's still gonna sell like crazy.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
people are buying into this brand, and it makes me so upset.
Well-
I'm a Mac person, but I'm an Android person too. You
No,
know,
I
I
couldn't
want to
tell.
make that switch.
you should, because Apple makes me so mad, honestly. I mean, they were amazing when Steve Jobs was around. They had everything before we thought we needed it. And now they're copying Android and then selling it for more. I get heated about this debate, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of stuck with iPhone because Apple's controlled my life for so long. I don't know how I could live without them, which is the problem. No, I guarantee you that's the problem.
Break out of the matrix.
such a-
But how?
You got to do it.
Like, it has all my stuff. I don't know how to work any other
No.
technology other than Apple.
Josh, I promise you, I used to be an iPhone user. The second I switched to Android, it was amazing. I have so much more customization with my phone. I use Google everything now, and it's amazing.
I'm scared.
Yeah, see, I'm the complete opposite. The multiple times I went to Android, I had like 2 or 3 Android phones. I hated every single one that I had.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was just like I kept switching back and forth, and I just feel like iPhone, for me personally, is miles better. I like the software better. I'm not into customization and stuff because
Okay.
I just use my phone to text, Snapchat, and social media, other
Yeah.
stuff, and that's about it. So I don't really need all that customization stuff, which is what Android provides. But with the iPhone, it's just so comfortable. I guess I love using it, and it's just the software is really good.
The best part is that it's so simple. And
Yeah.
it's like very intuitive. But I think in time of I think for me personally, I think for a lot of people that are getting more comfortable with technology, I think a lot of younger people are going to start making the move to something more customizable. But it does make sense to still have iPhones. I just don't think it's
For $1,000?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
see,
heck
yeah,
no.
the
Yeah.
iPhone X starts at $999. That's
No,
just for the
that's
64
crazy.
gigabyte. If you want to go higher,
Which we do.
$1149 for the 256 gigabyte of storage.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
It is just so stupid.
That price
How-
is too steep.
Are you going to switch?
Well, I'm going to keep my 7 for as long as I can.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then maybe when the X drops in price next year, then
Yeah.
I'll pick it up. But until then, I'm going to hold on to my 7.
If you have $1,000 to spend on a phone, can you just please help me with my tuition instead? There's just so many things out there that I'd rather spend $1,000 on.
I agree, 100%.
That's crazy. I was scared to spend as much money as I did on a MacBook, but I mean, I'm not completely trashing Apple. Their MacBooks are amazing.
Yeah, it took me a while to convince you to switch. So glad you finally did.
Yeah, it might just be a new target too. They might just be targeting people that have like a lot of money and just want
Yeah,
a
that's
simple
true.
phone.
Not me.
Looks cool, but you know.
Well, Apple is still reigning supreme despite what we all think and want and our needs. But coming up later on in the morning app, we've got real or fake news coming on later. So stick with us here.
The morning app on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
What up, what up? It is 8:14, about to be 8:15 on the East Coast. Welcome back to the morning app. And I'm still a little bit heated about this whole iPhone thing. And I kind of just wanted to ask, like, what are the odds of all of us eventually switching to Android devices?
My
Because
odds are 10%.
Really?
10%.
I never want to go back to Android. I don't care how cool the Note 8 looks, the S8 Plus looks. I'm not going back.
Mine's 0%.
I think I'm at like
What?
I'm at a solid 90 something percent.
Nope.
Really?
and a
The
half.
odds are
Dobie,
high.
make the switch.
Because
No.
I think what's going to happen is I think the reason why I have an iPhone is because I'm still in college. There's something about that makes it seem more unified and like easier, like with iMessage and stuff. But then I'm just realizing you could use like people are using Facebook Messenger, they're using WhatsApp, they're using GroupMe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just like the more and more I
mean,
think
you
about
can
it.
do that on the iPhone.
What's so
Yeah, so
great?
you can get away with it.
What's so great about iMessage versus normal texting? It's just
Well, iMessage doesn't use your actual cell phone data. So if you're talking to somebody that has an iPhone 2, it's just simultaneous text, basically. So you're not using cellular data for it.
Wait, really?
you don't use data to text anyways.
Well,
maybe
actually,
a
it
very
depends.
minuscule amount. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
if you're sending a photo. So
Yeah.
maybe you're saving 0.1 gigabyte of data a month.
It used to be a bigger thing back when cellular was like text messages included. So.
Right. But now iMessage is just, oh, Kristen, why aren't you a blue message? You're a green message? I want it to be blue. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
Not gonna lie, it's
iMessage-
more satisfying though. Seeing
is,
Josh's
it
blue
is.
and then seeing your green, I'm like, oh,
It is
Oh my
100%
Android
God.
user. Oh no.
And with the iPhone message, when it's blue, you see like delivered. With the green ones, I honestly don't know. It could be anywhere. Like when I send a message to you, I don't know if you're gonna get it. It could be an SOS, but I know
You
if
know
I send
what,
it to
though?
Howie,
I
he'll
am
get it.
gonna get it because I have an Android and they're good phones.
I don't know.
And the beauty of Android is like that's the whole customizable. Like you can't like say Android and then think of one phone because
Right.
there's so many different ways to
I
kind
think
of-
that's a problem though, because I feel like there's so many Android phones out there that they all have the same software, and it's like, what's the difference between
No.
them?
There's so many Android phones out there that there's one perfectly customizable for you. That's the thing. Don't you see? Like the iPhone it puts you in this box and it makes you conform to their software system, to their layout. You can't change anything. But with the Android, you literally have total control.
You're telling me that there's a soul phone out there for me, like Harry Potter, where like you pick up the phone, it's like and it's just like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I
phone
will
choose
say
the wizard.
the one Android phone that I question, like, I could get it, was the Google Pixel.
No,
that was
that
the
is-
only one that really surprised
Such
me.
a good phone. They're coming out with their new one soon, and I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get the old one because it'll go down in price and I can afford it.
Yeah.
Kristen, have you been paid to be a spokesperson for
Android?
Android? 'Cause you're out here
No.
like, oh, that is our best product, man. It's got so many features. I love it.
gotta
I'm gonna get one eventually.
Starts at $16.99.
No, the thing is I used to be an Apple user, and I'm trying to show you that there's a better world out
There's a better
there.
path.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like the what's the allegory of the cave where like Socrates leaves the cave and he comes back. He's like, you have no idea what I just saw. You don't know the world that's out
Yeah,
there.
you don't know the world.
I just don't want you to think that you have to have the iPhone because everybody else has the iPhone.
Oh no, I agree.
No, I want to
100%.
fit in.
I agree. I think that is a factor, though, especially in college. Like Dovey said, that like you're in college, you got to have a MacBook or you got to have an iPhone.
Right.
You got to have all this Apple technology. I mean, we're an Apple Watch and all that stuff. I'm an Apple guy. Like I will defend Apple to the day I die. Like, I will defend them. I will say that there's a lot of things that they don't do right, especially with these new iPhones. There's a lot of things they didn't do right. That price tag, no. Like, you will not catch me buying that at lunch. But there are pros and cons with it. But I just feel like iPhone's just so much more comfortable for me personally.
Okay, that's fine.
They are-
I'm not gonna cry about it, but I mean I
Yeah.
might, but
I definitely see the middle ground. They do make good products, and I do like that they're risk takers. They tick everybody off, but they do like the whole getting rid of the
Headphone
aux.
jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that was
Oh.
a big. They took a big hit, but now people have to make good Bluetooth products. For
Are
that.
they're not bringing it back, are they?
No.
Oh no,
It's not
it's
coming back.
I
It's
feel like-
gone.
RIP aux.
yeah,
gone.
I think that's why so many people are hesitant to upgrade. It's because then you don't have
Well-
you have to go Bluetooth with everything.
Yeah, the new Pixel actually doesn't have a headphone jack either. They're taking that
Oh.
out. So a lot of companies are moving towards that. Apple was the first to say we're going to make something really
Oh.
controversial
Okay.
and see how other people do it.
So Apple was finally the company that came up with something first for once.
Oh.
I wonder when they'll do that again. Probably in 5 years. I'm salty.
I'll still be with them.
They were first by taking something that they already made and they took it out.
What's one thing though that I will appreciate is this wireless charging. All these phones are going wireless charging.
I do dig it.
I think that is a.
It's
good-
about time.
Yeah.
It's been time
Yeah.
for them to do that. So
like 2 years from now, people can be like, actually, that's something else I've realized. You know how fast technology is going? Like, if you were to tell me, like, if I was to show this iPhone to somebody, like, well, maybe not now. I mean, like, if I was to show this iPhone to somebody like 10 years ago,
They would
they'd be like,
no.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Netflix?
2007 was like the year of the Razor, wasn't it? We all had Razor.
Also, it was the year
gosh, you're
the first iPhone came out too. So that's when the revolution started.
It's like the
10
anniversary.
years ago. Yeah, that's why it's iPhone 10.
It's a big year.
So are they going to skip 9? Are they not making a 9?
It's like Windows 8. You know, then with the Windows 8, skip 9 and with the 10.
Yeah,
What's wrong with 9?
What's going on? What do you do to everyone
Shitting
else?
on 9.
They jumped
Sounds
over 9. Every
snazzier.
company jumps over 9. But it should have been the 7S. The 8 should have been a 7S. I will say that. Literally, the only thing is wireless charging, and then there's technical upgrades, which they do every year. And it's not really that big of a difference from the 7 that I like, you know?
What are your thoughts on the completely glass?
I have to see it in action. I have to
Yeah.
see how it is because that kind of terrifies me. However, the iPhone 7's screen is a lot better. It's more durable. So if Apple made it that the glass doesn't break easily, that's really good. But a case will be needed.
I think cell phone repair companies are going to start popping up
Oh,
everywhere.
yes.
They're gonna make bank.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really big thing too, especially with the Apple Watch because that just got announced too.
Okay.
The antenna for it is actually the glass display. So if you crack the Apple Watch, you break the antenna. So that means you can't do cellular and the screen's cracked. So
What a risk.
My
yeah,
gosh.
it's a major risk.
Yeah,
That's
but
exposed all the time.
Yeah.
One I'm willing to take.
you can't drop it because it's attached to your
That
wrist.
is true, but
So-
you could
You could hit somebody with it. You know, Howie gets into a fist fight or something, doesn't know how to
scrape it
fight,
on
like,
the wall
jabs
or-
him with the wrist.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
Howie gets in fist fights all the time.
I do all the time. But by the way, I'm going to say the Apple Watch, I think, was Apple's best thing the last, 5 years that they made. I
Okay.
love it. It's
Yeah.
so reliable, and it's clutch in a lot of situations. So
Yeah.
we'll say that.
I've heard
Fair.
people that like that are into that, but people who don't have the phone are like, eh. But yeah, on another subject, because I feel like we've all just.
I feel better
released-
now.
yeah.
I got it all out.
I found this
Go iPhone.
found this really funny website called Poet in Chief, and it was made by these two Canadian university students that basically made a website that generates poems from our president's tweets.
No.
It is so dope.
Specifically, one president or all the presidents?
Specifically Donnie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Lincoln never tweeted, so.
I'll let you hit generate new poem, and I'm gonna read them out, and just to give you a little sample.
Oh, this is fun.
I like
little,
this.
little sample.
That makes sense why it's Poet in Chief. That's really clever.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, so all right, here we go. Just improv in this. He doesn't want to detract from his pressing glory. We have one in every category. Next time I'll go and you'll win. They'll need to be reined in. This was a typical false news story. And it works every time.
That's actually
funny.
awesome.
Who made that again? Did you say?
So
Just two kids in college.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna botch
Did you
these
say
names.
they're Canadian kids?
Yeah, Canadian
What are they
university students. McLean de Weaver.
That's how I feel reading your name, Dobie.
McLean DeWeaver.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, if you just happen to be listening. Hayden Faber. They're both 22 years old, and they basically just posted it on YouTube, and now it's like pretty viral.
Oh, that's
So they just
funny.
made an actual website about this with poems. So is this you can just generate poems? That's
Yeah,
all it is.
just look up Poet in Chief, and it basically just takes all of his tweets and makes poems out of it. So
Why did you tell me that? Now I'm not gonna get any work.
I was
done
up
today.
all night just like reading it in his voice in my head.
You're just up all night just making a bunch of poems and just letting it fly.
It's great. It's absolutely great.
You just kept practicing your little Donald Trump accent. You're like, I figured I know what I
It's
can
like
do.
under
tonight."
the blanket. Yeah. It's like,
Girlfriend's like, what are you doing?
dude, yeah, I don't even know how I have a girlfriend to this day. But all right, guys. Well, stick around. We still have Ray's weather update and some real or fake news, and also some pro tips on confidence. So stick around here on the Morning App.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
90.5 WASU. It is 8:32 in the morning. The weather's looking a little bit better now. The rain's starting to pass, but Dobie, what's the weather like?
Yes, it is. We definitely just finally pushed through the worst part of the week.
Yes.
It's going to be lovely later. It's going to be a high of 67, low of 56. A little bit of fog in the morning, but can't complain compared to yesterday. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit of rain. It's going to be 67 degrees and a few showers, but after that, it's going to be looking good. It's going to be looking nice and sunny.
Yeah, I'm glad we're getting past the early hurricane stages that they've been having over here. And especially in Tennessee, it's been worse. But it's been rainy. It's just been nasty.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're going to get some sun soon. So
I'm kind of upset, though. I want it to be cold.
No.
And it says like highs in the high 60s, close to 70. That's just too warm for me. I need it to be like a solid 50 degrees.
70 is great.
I think that's like in the mountains though. It gets a little bit of wind too, so it's
True.
like it's not like you get a little bit of breeze. You know, it's
I
like
agree,
nice and
yeah.
67.
Yeah.
So.
I could always be colder. Well, right now is our favorite segment. Well, every segment is my favorite segment. It is real or fake news time. Are you guys ready?
I'm
always
ready.
All right.
I'm catching up. I told y'all. Coming back.
Do we have the score?
Yes, we do. In first place, Dovidas with only 4 misses. It's kind of weird to announce it because wait, I'm at 4 points. We got Josh at 5 and Howie at 5. Keep in mind that's like how many times we've
Messed up.
And
messed
it's like
up.
golf scars. You're going for the lowest.
Right. Yeah. So.
All right. So if you're new to this game, what I do is I read real or fake news headlines, and the guys will determine if they are real or fake, and the loser at the end of the semester will have to do something incredibly embarrassing that we will decide eventually. I don't know. There's so many embarrassing things that you guys could do.
Oh,
Now's
no.
the time to decide because it's so tight. This
Yeah.
race right now.
We'll have to talk about it, and then on Friday we should make a
Yeah.
decision.
Okay. Okay.
We'll come back.
All right. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, your first headline is a woman gets a record of 44 bug bites in one day.
So we're counting bug bites now.
I think it's fake news. I'm going with fake.
Honestly, I don't think that's a record because I get bitten by bugs so much I could probably pass that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I was
about to say.
45?
Especially these mosquitoes. Oh, yeah.
They love me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to I don't know if it's newsworthy. Like, you know, like, oh, cool. Bug bites.
I'm going real. Final answer.
Okay.
Locking it in.
Okay.
This one's really bugging me.
Yeah,
You
all right.
punny.
You don't get a
punny.
choice here just because of that.
The
I'm gonna
dang
say-
puns, man.
I'm gonna say it's fake.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
going real.
Me and
going
Dovey
to
say
say it's
fake.
fake.
Josh says real.
Come
Okay.
on.
Okay.
For the lead.
Well, Josh, you are incorrect. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
And now entering last place, Josh Corbin.
No, I'm tied.
All right, guys.
Dang it.
The next one. Ready? Flight gets canceled thanks to a scorpion.
Oh.
Okay.
This is interesting.
So, is there any more to it than that?
That's
Just
all I can
that.
give you because I can only give you the headlines. So
Wait, so that's the headline.
that is the headline.
What is it again?
Flights get canceled. Oh, flights, plural, I guess. Get canceled thanks to a scorpion. It's like snakes on a plane, but worse.
Ooh, scorpions are no fun.
But it's the
Wait,
one.
One
But it's just
scorpion
one?
canceled multiple flights.
If it says scorpion,
Okay.
it's one.
yeah,
Uh,
we.
Do you want me to read it again?
Yeah, it'd be
Yes.
Scorpio as plural.
Flights get canceled thanks to a scorpion. That's all I can give you.
Going real again. Locking it in. I think definitely the mega
I'm
scorpion.
gonna go real this time.
My gut is saying no. I think that could be
He's looking.
like.
Yeah,
no,
don't cheat,
I'm
Dobby.
seriously not. I'm just my scorpion senses are tingling, so it's like I don't know if I can.
Okay, that should have been 2 that we should have automatically given you misses with, okay?
I've not been. I
Just those
promise.
comments alone should have just qualified.
I'll say like, is it like I'll be like toward the wall if it makes it easier.
What's your final answer?
I'm gonna say it's not real. I don't think it's
We
real.
got
I'm going
real.
real. Yeah.
Okay, so Howie, Josh, you are correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that scorpion would do it.
I was like, that sounds so odd, but I could see something.
Sorry,
crazy
It was
like
probably
that happening.
poisonous. Which means, wait. Are we all tied now?
No,
He's-
me and
you're in
Howie are
last
tied.
place.
You're still
I'm in
last.
last?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Me and you were
really-
tied?
We were. Now, you're not. But let's,
No.
No, you are now. It's you got you're both at. Well,
I-
no. It's me and you.
That
We're
are
at
tied,
5,
yeah.
and you're at 6.
So either way, Josh is going to lose. So
Man.
It's super early.
Oh, you're right.
all right. I'm just kidding, Josh. I'm rooting for you. All right, ready for the next one?
No.
let's do it.
Box of Life cereal from 1967 is going on to the auction block.
From what year?
1967.
Wait, you said a box of cereal or a Life cereal?
A box of Life
Like,
cereal.
I don't even know what cereal that is.
You don't
Life
know
was
what
really
Life
popular.
is?
It was more popular
No.
back in the day. It's not as popular now.
I know
What?
it.
That's
I know
still
the-
my favorite cereal.
I know the
What?
board game Life, and I know Wheaties, but I mean,
Is that all you eat is Wheaties?
well, yeah, I want to grow up big and strong like those athletes.
Didn't Life had that he had that kid on the picture or something and on the box? I never had Life either. I think that's real though.
I do too.
I'm gonna say it's real.
I think there's people out there that are like, yeah, I gotta give me some of that. I have a vintage cereal box collection.
Yeah.
I need it.
That cereal, if it's still in there, that's gross. I don't know if it's the box or containing the cereal too, but
Okay.
you all said real?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well you were all wrong.
Ooh.
That's
I
still
knew
okay.
it. I should have gone the opposite.
People buy crazy stuff. You know that could
They
have been
do.
one.
They do. What was that? 3? Have we done 3?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That means I'm still losing. That's fine.
All right, Josh, you got this one. Ready? Man with 15-room mansion in Florida lets neighbors stay during Hurricane Irma.
Yeah.
That's relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. I can
Okay.
see that. I'll say real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with real.
I'll also say real.
Yeah.
I think
He'd be nice
I
enough to
could
do
see that happen. Well, no, actually, wait, that isn't. Should you just be dipping either way? Like, shouldn't you be like?
Right.
Some people stayed.
But it was really bad. I think there was, out of 80,000 people in the Keys, 10,000 people stayed. So, I mean, there is a good amount of people
Wow.
that do.
Yeah, and it's a
just stay.
giant mansion, and the mansion basically a fortress, which means he would have been fine inside of there.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, windows break still. It's still an unsafe place to be. The only safe place to be is out of Florida.
He definitely boarded every single window up.
He's that little pig.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah,
come on.
We, I'm
Puffing,
saying.
puffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
gonna
say it's
say, I'm
real.
gonna say it's real. I think
Gotta
it's
be.
real.
You all said real?
Yep.
Ah, sorry. Y'all are all
Oh
wrong.
my goodness.
I mean, I wish it was true. You know, it sounds true, but
It does.
sounds too good to be true. I
He
suppose.
actually-
Too good to be true.
He actually only had a 14-bedroom mansion, not a 15, which is why it was fake. Man, I knew it.
And yeah. So, what's the score like for us right now?
So-
real or fake news.
Howie at 7 points, Dovidas at 7 points,
Someone's
and Josh at 8.
Someone's not keeping track correctly. I swear Howie was losing to me.
You know, I told you before, I was catching up.
Yeah, but
I'm
you were
not gonna
behind
lose.
me. Weren't you losing behind me, behind me coming
Yeah.
into today?
No, I was.
Or were
I was
you
tied
tied?
with you.
Were you actually tied?
Yeah,
Dang.
I was tied.
I thought
Because
I had a
caught up to you
1-point
from
lead.
Monday or from last week. So yeah,
I gotta keep my eye on you.
yeah. No worries. You gotta keep your eye on me, but keep your ear on the morning app. We'll be back with some more relationship topics. Keep listening. Rainbow Kin Surprise on the app.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU. 8:45 on this Wednesday morning, and I am laughing because if I can just get through this day, it'll be a good one.
It's hump day.
It's gonna be a long day, but right now is our favorite segment. I know I said that last segment, but honestly, I love everything we're talking about today. It is relationships.
Oh my goodness. So,
Oh boy.
this is 20 things people in a relationship shouldn't have in common. Dovey Doss is laughing. He's like, oh God, relationships again.
Toby, you're fine. Just don't worry about it.
I'm just
Are
so
you looking
scared.
at some of these? Are you scared right
It's
now?
gonna be like things your relationship shouldn't do.
Well, it's just that things
Don't-
that you
oh,
shouldn't have in
gosh.
common with your partner.
Okay.
In a relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
So it won't be as
That should
bad.
be fine.
Don't worry. Don't be scared.
So he's like, I'm gonna question everything I know and love.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. No worries. The first thing on this list is an employer. So it's kind of the whole "don't poop where you eat" rule, and it's there for a good reason. Working with significant other can go very badly very quickly. So don't make it kind of like an employee.
Oh,
You know
wait. Oops. Met mine at work.
Nice job there.
Yeah, nice one. All right. The first one you already violated already.
It's also like you don't want to
Check.
spend like too much time with them either. Because if you're at work, then you're just seeing them all day, right?
Yeah.
Like it's nice to come home from work and be like, and then see your partner. But then it's like you have to. Oh man, it's just a lot of stress.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I don't know.
wow. Yeah. No.
Sorry, it depends. I think
Depends on the job.
Like, okay, say maybe you don't see him all day at work, or you're like really like if you're in that relationship where you're like basically best buds,
Yeah.
and like that, you just goof off the entire like.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't horrible.
Depends on the job.
When my boyfriend and I worked together, we had different schedules anyway, so we were in and out of work at different
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
But if it was a typical 9 to 5 office job or something like that, I could see.
And
it
you were
being
next,
hard.
and you were in like next to each other in cubicles and everything.
And you
like
lived
that'd be
together.
Gosh.
that'd be a lot.
Yeah. Another one that you shouldn't have in common is phobias. I thought that's really interesting. So
Yeah.
if you're both afraid of bugs, who's going to kill the bug?
That's a good point.
Because I don't like killing bugs, and I'll do it if I have to, but I'm going to be looking at my partner like, hey, yeah, your turn. Go kill that wasp. It's not my turn.
See, I mean, I don't like bugs either, but when it comes to them, I kill them. But I go to the extreme. Like, I get the biggest thing. Like, it could be the smallest little, like, ant. I'll grab the giant crate of stuff, and I'll just, like, drop it in the ant and pray that it gets it. Like, if I'm going to kill it, I'm going to make sure it's dead with minimal, like, affecting me, if that makes any sense at all. I don't want it touching me or me going, like, any risking at all if it's going to hit me. So let's just get the biggest baseball bat and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Oh, this one's really big. Indecisiveness. So
Oh,
food-wise, this is my biggest problem because I never know where I want to eat. So
Oh man, I'm a little indecisive, but not with food. Usually, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling Chipotle, or like I'm feeling lasagna.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm always indecisive with pretty much everything, like what to do, what to eat. I just leave it all up to him. And then he gets mad. He's like, why don't you ever pick sometimes? I'm like, well, because we'll never decide, and then we'll go starving the whole day.
So yeah, Kristen, are you pretty competitive with James? Are y'all too competitive?
He's not competitive, but I'm really competitive.
Okay, because that's one of the
Oh.
things you have in
Okay,
common is the
okay.
need to win, basically.
Oh, that's us.
No, so I mean, he gets annoyed when I'm competitive, but luckily he's like, it's not a competitive situation. I'm like, oh yeah, you want to bet on it?
It is, yeah.
No,
I agree wholeheartedly.
I can see him doing that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Kristen. You know.
that's definitely my relationship. We're like ridiculously competitive.
You are?
We make everything a competition.
go,
We'll go
that's life.
bowling with the friends. We'll be like, all right, let's see what you got. And then, like, it's always, that's why, like, we'll be watching videos on YouTube and be like, all right, try not to laugh challenge. We're going to start taking scores. First person to lose has to, like, do
no.
this. And we're like, all right. I think it's fun.
I
I
do
think
too.
it's really, I like competition. I don't have to win. I just like the sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
good
I
then.
can see
So,
that too.
but my girlfriend actually wants to win. So,
I have a couple more that I'm gonna run by you guys. One of them is exes.
Same
So
ex.
well, have in
Same
common if
exes.
you have like
Yeah.
different. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, here's my rule of thumb. And I don't know, sometimes my curiosity gets the best of me, but and I'll ask about it, and then he's like, why do you even ask about it? But, I should abide by this rule more. Don't even talk about your exes.
Yeah.
Why? You know, why would you?
No
I
need to
usually
go
like
there.
mention it once and then never again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had this problem early on where I would just sometimes you can get into the habit of mentioning your ex because it was the previous thing, but don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. No bueno. Never, never, ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
Uncharted lands.
And one more thing I'm gonna run by you guys is keeping track of everything. So basically, if you're keeping track of like what they're doing, also like wins and losses in your relationship, like during arguments too. Oh yeah.
Oh
kinda
no,
like
I don't do that. We don't really have those. Yeah, we don't really argue that much. We kind of just like address the problem as soon as possible. We don't really keep track of like, oh, I won that last argument.
And then you bring it back like a couple months later, you have an argument. Oh yeah, you have an argument from September 2016.
bad.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, something
Hold
like
on,
that.
let me pull out my record. Pages.
Yeah, she writes it down. Or you write down. It's like, oh yeah, I won this one this time.
Yeah.
How
Just keep a log like March 16th. He's won the battle, but not the war.
How I feel like it's just us pulling these articles and we're like asking the two who are actually in relations, like, okay, Dovey, Kristen, how do you guys feel about this and this? While we're just like over here single and trying to figure out what to do. We're like, okay, how are they managing?
Right.
Well, you know, you guys are in relationships too. Not significant other relationships. However, you have friendships. And I think those are worth mentioning too. We talk relationships all the time. We talk boyfriend, girlfriend, but you got to have a friend, you know? Everybody has friendships, and I think it's worth mentioning. So I have, and Howie and I were talking about this morning, friends and how important they are and how...
Wow.
But more so... No.
So deep. Friends and how important they are.
No, but more so the ones that you can keep and the ones that are toxic for you. So,
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I have 11 signs of a genuine friendship. All right, you ready?
Okay.
They push us to be more accepting of ourselves.
Ooh, that's spicy.
That's spicy.
That is. That's a good friend right there.
Yeah, that's a pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not somebody that's like, oh no, you got to be like this, man. Somebody that's just like,
Change
dude,
your
you
look.
do you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay.
But they are also willing to call us out when we are in the wrong. And I think that's important too.
Yes.
Because you have those friends that always agree with you on everything and then they're just completely supportive, and that's
Aw,
great.
I know.
Yeah.
But if I'm complaining about something and I'm in the wrong, call me out so I know and I don't look like, you know, a dumb person for being wrong and, you know, stubborn.
People that challenge you in general. You know what I mean? Like you want to have people that'll make you grow
Those
as a
people
person.
that you keep around.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good long-term thing.
Another one is that they keep us humble, which I feel like goes along with telling you when you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
They have our backs even when life gets tricky. You got that one
Ooh,
friend.
Yes.
That
yes.
one friend that's always going to be there. You're like, I'm in a sticky situation. Who do I call? Gotta call
Those are
her.
friends for life right there.
Mm-hmm. They make the friendship a priority.
Yeah.
That's important.
Okay.
You know, put in the effort to stay in contact if you're far away, or you know, I mean,
my current best friend group is split up across 3 different continents. They graduated before I did, so one of them's working in London right now. The other one's in Sao Paulo.
you're
Is that what
so international.
the other one's in Brazil, and so like we have to like
Brazil.
take the time out to be like, and it's really cool because we don't have to like it's not really a lot of work to catch up. We're just like, hey, can we talk about the new Rick and Morty episode? And then just like FaceTime at some point, have like a conference call. So, but then it makes that like, I know like we can only meet up on Christmas, right? So it makes that like a much bigger priority to save time for that that week. So
Yeah, definitely set some time aside. They practice forgiveness. I don't know about you guys, but us girlfriends, we tend to get in some fights sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do that, and you just have to be forgiving. And they have to be forgiving too.
Yeah, I've had that a lot recently where I've had to forgive for stuff. But sometimes it gets to a point where if you keep messing up and I just keep forgiving you, it's like, you keep doing the same thing, so why am I going to stick around? But, you know, it depends on the person.
Yeah. Lastly, they keep our stress in check.
That's very, very important, I think, especially because for everybody in college, we're all stressed out. So if you have somebody that's
the
there,
time.
like I can call Kristen, like, hey, Kristen, you want to get a beer? She's like, oh, yes, I'm going to get craft beer. And then she's there all the time. So
I'm pretty sure if anyone came and called Kristen and be like, hey, you want to get a beer?
yeah,
She'd get a beer.
She's out. She's
She
walking
doesn't have
out
to
the
know
door.
you. She just
Jacket
like,
on,
beer?
she's out.
Well, our goal here on the Morning App is to keep your stress in check and to, give you some laughter throughout the day. So we'll be back on Friday, bright and early, 8 a.m. This has been the Morning App with Howie, Josh, Dovey, myself, Kristen. Thank you so much for listening to 90.5 WASU.